going on, guys? Been planning on doing this video for a while, so I think now's the perfect time. Also, before I completely just go all in on Yu-Gi-Oh, let me just preference that I actually really like Yu-Gi-Oh. And I actually probably have as much nostalgia for Yu-Gi-Oh as I do Pokemon. I can tell you my favorite birthday gift that I ever received as a child was in like third or fourth grade, and I got the Pegasus starter deck or whatever they were called, with like the tune cards and everything. And yeah, it was my favorite birthday gift. I'll never forget it. So I love Yu-Gi-Oh. I just want to like make that perfectly clear. This comes more from a come on, champ, you can do better, right? That is should be the attitude of this video. It's also someone coming from, I'll admit, right? Like, I definitely don't keep up to date with Yu-Gi-Oh stuff anymore because, well, I just don't care anymore. I can tell you the last set of Yu-Gi-Oh, I actually did buy some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. It was whenever they did the 25th anniversary or whatever, and they had like the Metal Raiders and the Pharaoh's Servant or whatever, and the blue. I got a bunch of those, and then like the with a little $100 box with the 5 boxes in it. I got some of those. And I actually, believe it or not, when I first started back into collecting, like, was it 4 years now again at this point? I actually was collecting, what's the chick's name? The Dark Magician Girl. I actually have like a binder of a bunch of Dark Magician Girl cards that I was trying to collect all of them. So, I love Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Can we just get that out of the way? I love Yu-Gi-Oh. Now, why though? Now, I know a lot of you, right? When you see a video like this, you're going to automatically assume I'm going to go on a rant about the print runs and all of that and how much they reprint and all of that. We all know that, right? I don't think I'm going to harp too much on that in this video. Surprisingly, it's actually one big thing that I think has really destroyed the long-term just collectability of the cards and everything. And that's how heavily the game has shifted. Now again, as someone who doesn't keep up to date with it much, please, if you're way more knowledgeable in this, feel free to correct me in the comments. But again, this is somebody from the outside. This is an outsider's perception, and a lot of times, perception's reality for a lot of people, right? So just take what I'm saying and think of it as people who don't mess with Yu-Gi-Oh, this is what they think, right? You have all these new, they did the pendulums and the micros and the XYZs and the how's your grandma? And they completely just, the game was completely different. I couldn't even like recognize it. I was like, what even is this? So what that does is it completely makes cards unplay. It completely changes the foundation of the game, even more so than like Commander with Magic, because you're kind of changing the game, right? But the foundation of the game is still there. Where I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like the whole foundation of the game was completely changed. It made all these old stuff just completely, like, it was completely irrelevant. I guess you could say the power creep. It wasn't even power creep. I mean, it was power creep, and it was also game design. But they were on such an insane level that it was like, well, there was 0 point to any of this old stuff. I should also bring, like, Yu-Gi-Oh, almost more than Magic. Maybe not. Maybe more than Magic. Is like the cards are almost, the price is almost all utility based. They obviously have like their special, I don't remember what it's called, but they have like the special foiling that like is like will drive high demand on some of these Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But if it's not that, it's the price of the card is almost strictly based on the utility and the playability of the card. So, I mean, you can see these cards swing from like $30-40 to like less than $5. It's crazy. Like, some of the Yu-Gi-Oh swings in singles is insane. I would never invest in like modern or mid-era like Yu-Gi-Oh singles, because I mean the swings are insane, and you would have to be watching it so closely. Like, you would have to have some sort of program like yelling at you like, sell now, buy now. Like, the swing, you would have to stay so in tune with the meta to get into that hobby. Like, I'm sure there's a niche, like there's a market for it, but man, you would have to just be like Yu-Gi-Oh 24/7. And nah, I'm good. So that's actually like my main reason is the game has completely, Bandai has just made such radical changes that there's no stability, there's no like foundation, and maybe I'm just some old guy who wants to go back and play regular Yu-Gi-Oh. That's probably it. I actually still from time to time will like boot up an emulated copy of what is it, whatever the Yu-Gi-Oh like Game Boy Advance games were, and I'll play those. Like that's, I mean, I just turned 30. I'm not that old, guys. But that's kind of where I feel. Maybe I'm just some old guy, and whenever I see people playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm like, what are you kids? What is this nonsense? And it just really turns me on. It kills the nostalgia for me. Now, is there a chance that this could all be could here? All right. So if you made it past the rant, I still don't think it's a good idea, and I still don't do it. But here, I'll play devil's advocate now for you. Bandai has learned a lot with One Piece, and there's a possibility that they take what they've learned from One Piece and they apply it to Yu-Gi-Oh. Could we possibly see Yu-Gi-Oh make a resurgence in the next year or two? I don't know. I would, if you're interested, I would maybe go do some research. I would maybe go and look at what the next couple sets coming out are. I would maybe go look at what statements Bandai has made, Konami, and, go from there. Guys, it's a wonderful world, cardboard. I'll say this, diversify. Diversify, diversify. Never buy one thing. I've had an interesting week. I've got a lot of fun stuff planned. Guys, 2025, I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. Buckle up, and I hope you're here for the ride. See you around.